So guys, it's David here, and it is currently day 421. So today was very cold, and I didn't want to get up to lay under the blankets with warm and comfortable, but I did. My alarm was set to 5 a.m. I got up, take a hot shower, and I was ready for the day. But I wasn't, because shortly afterwards, I allowed myself to fall back into the blankets where it was warm and comfortable. And I slept. Slept till it was 8 a.m. I woke up by my dad coming downstairs washing dishes, my sister starting to scream, refusing to go to school. And I woke up there saying, David, you really ruined your chance. You really ruined your morning because you choose to give in to your desires. And I did. And it felt like that I was a failure. That why would I do something good and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, I allowed my mind to control my body. But I realized that I cannot be frustrated and disappointed at myself for doing this. Although initially I was, if I continue on with my self-disdain, then it is not only that I had ruined 2 hours of my day, but I would have let a whole day gone to waste. So I learned to let the mind go. I made peace with the mind and I came upstairs and did some deep work. Now during the deep work, I have to say I was not the most focused or pleased with myself, as when I came into trouble of not understanding how a concept worked, or perhaps forgotten how to write some code, then my mind was frustrated again. My blood started to boil and I was angry. I really wanted to just throw a fit, almost in a tantrum. And I knew also that if I did, I may have released my frustration, but I did not accomplish anything because my mind is not at ease. I have not allowed my mind to be at peace, but rather I had allowed my mind to control myself. And what this has to say is that our ability to control our mind, to let our mind be at peace, is a very valuable skill, a very important skill, because life will be frustrating. Life will be tiring and dull. And life will throw you challenges and obstacles that you may not know how to overcome in the moment. And that will bring you frustration. You will be angry, perhaps even afraid. Whatever the emotion is that is conjured by your lack of understanding, you will have a sense of rage and almost desire to give up on whatever it is you are doing. So having the ability to calm down when I was frustrated allowed me to pull my shit together. It made me understand that I can be frustrated at this thing, but being frustrated at it won't help me understand it. But rather, I was only giving myself more stress. I was only aging myself in the process. I was only bringing myself more unhappiness. Because the solution to it was to simply just understand that you are not good enough. And that the problem isn't your lack of incompetence, but only a process of more repetition. So I understood that yes, I wasn't understanding the concept. I wasn't remembering how to write the code. So I learned. I looked back at the resources. I looked back at perhaps what I should learn and relearn. And I approached my problem with a clear and peaceful mind. Because also when you have a frustrated mind, when your mind is preoccupied with anger, fear, doubt, you cannot concentrate because your mind is so concentrated on those negative emotions that is quite honestly pulling yourself away from what is a very easy and straightforward solution, is to just let your mind go. And sometimes you guys may say, well, it sounds so easy to just let your mind go, to not think about fear and failure. But be warned, that to say it is easy, it is not easy in practice. Because when our mind is preoccupied with those emotions, it is easy then to give in to those emotions, then to allow those emotions to just dissipate. Because in a way, we are addicted to our feelings because our feelings are real. It makes us feel like someone or somebody. And usually those emotions and experiences are something familiar, and we like familiar things. They are familiar to us. We know how to react, and we know, most importantly, what it makes us feel. So I would say to be calm, to really allow yourself to let go of those emotions and attachments is something much more difficult to master. And even just to understand how to let yourself go in the moments of frustration and unhappiness is a lifelong skill to learn. Because you will be fooled by times where your emotions are just too strong. You'll be fooled at times when you simply just want to be angry or sad. Because to stay at peace with your mind is a very banal and dull kind of feeling, because in a way that you are letting go of yourself so that you're not feeling anything. And to not feel can at times feel awkward. And that awkwardness can really become uncomfortable to a lot of people, but that awkwardness is also your solution to clarity. That awkwardness is also your solution to finding yourself at peace, to have time to master whatever it is you're trying to do. Because we cannot do something when our mind is distracted by negative emotions. We cannot concentrate on something when our mind is not at peace or ease. We, in a way, make our concentration on a task or thing tenfold, because our attention is dissipated and rather not consolidated. So, to conclude today's video, I do not believe that we can give our full potential to something, that we cannot take care and give care to something when our mind is not at ease on its own. Because without peace, we cannot be clear. And without clarity, we cannot understand what is important to focus on. And to not understand it all, you will have trouble to find what it is you should work on and what is actually holding you back from your destination. So having peace of mind is a skill that takes a lifetime to master. And it is a skill that we all have to learn if we want to become better every single day. Because for what really is the greatest hindrance in your own journey, like mine, is to have a mind that is always thinking about the wrong thing, where you want to think about something, but it's not. And the solution to that is not to resist yourself and to force yourself in a way to not think about the thing you don't want to think about, but rather you have to understand that you will think about it either way. And that thought and experiences isn't something we can just forget. And we have to just allow thoughts to flow freely. And when it does, we have to also let it go. To not think too deeply about it, to not be agitated by it, but rather just to acknowledge it and let it go. Live with it. But with that being said, I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.